Yes, of course. On the purple side, Ordinance Gaming, we do have Captain America, known as the best Rumble in NA. So, of course, we have the normal Shen ban going out, and the Rumble to follow through as a target ban versus Captain. Also, the Mundo ban. Mundo has been used quite a bit. I'm sure they checked the match history of, I believe, Hoodie. He was the one, or Artheon was the jungler. He's been playing a lot of Mundo, and that ban was going out. As far as the purple side bans, we have an Evelyn ban there at the end. I guess they were a little bit confused and they didn't know who to ban, so why not get her out of the game? Shyvana being banned is, of course, a really fast jungler. Nautilus, a good counter to some AP mids. He's also a decent jungler as well, so not really anything unique, just sort of like random bans there. And taking a look at the picks on blue side, we do have a first pick on Warwick. Warwick most likely going to be lane wick, because there is a Maokai as well. Maokai would most likely have the priority on jungling because he's just so strong with his ganks level 2 on with that early aggression in the lane. Looking at purple side, the match, they have the Janna MF. Janna MF is a really strong lane. MF, I believe they picked that for Warwick, of course, with her ability to cancel his healing. So they should be strong in team fights as far as Janna interrupting Warwick's ult and MF canceling his heal, so he cannot do what normal lane wicks do and just sit there in the team fights and sustain inevitably. Then, of course, we have that Maokai pick and Graves. It's interesting picking the AD first. Normally you want to lock in support, but I guess it didn't really matter because Janna MF had already been chosen by purple side Ordinance, locking in that bottom lane. Then we have Olaf and Fiora. Fiora is... that's really weird. That she can be jungling. I normally only see her jungling. I don't really see her in the lane. Sometimes she is top lane, but most of the time she's jungling. We could see. I think she might actually do pretty well against lane wick. That might be what she is picked for. Olaf being chosen in the jungle. I know Ordinance Gaming has picked Olaf. Nero has run him top lane, but he could be a jungle pick. I believe they might swap for the Fiora to get smites, and then looking back onto blue side with yeah, that's she's trolling. It has all those random summoners.
Okay.
They picked Nunu and Galio. Nunu Graves?
Almost kind of like Nunu Kog'Maw, yeah.
I'm interested to see how that works against the Janna MF. It's good that they didn't choose like a Soraka or a Sona, because of course MF would cancel out that healing as well. And MF has just been really strong. That strut passive that she has, able to move around the map and get in placement, just really, really strong. And I believe Chaos was the one who spoke about MF before Hanover, Germany, and he started playing her a lot more, and then all of a sudden you see all these teams playing MF, and now she's of course going to be played again. Then Galio mid lane versus Vladimir. That's pretty much just a farm fest. Galio is sort of like a anti-AP, so he can do pretty well in that lane. But I'm worried about blue side because they're kind of lacking damage right now. They have a lot of sustain. Of course, if Galio gets a needlessly large rod and is able to have some AP, he can do some damage, but it's all skill shot based. And if he misses those skill shots, he's not really going to have that much damage like an Olaf would, coming into a team and just trucking through. And then, of course, the last pick, Vlad. So these lanes, I would have to say, right off the bat, I believe purple side Ordinance has the advantage. That Janna MF pick to counter that Warwick, which was first picked, a really good, strong lane as well against the Graves Nunu. MF with that shield is just going to get a ton of attack damage, and she's going to wail out with her double up. And then looks like we are going to have Olaf jungle, and yes, Fiora is going to be top lane. So I'm interested to see how this Fiora does against Warwick. Lane wicks are somewhat hard to deal with, but the problem is that lane wicks are really, really, really squishy early on. So I think we're going to see Olaf start at the race, go to red, and get a really early gank on top lane to shut that Warwick down.
So just as a quick note, I'm an idiot and left my mic muted on the stream for that first intro, so don't worry, you didn't mishear that, I'm just bad. Other than that, thank you, Fatal1ty, for your analysis. But yeah, I am seeing, this will be my first game with Fiora in that top lane, but if I do recall from the Summoner video, you know, Freak does like to throw into that top lane. And, you know, with that riposte, if she could bait out enough W's, I suppose, it could work out. But it's going to be, you got to be very good on your baits on that, because it's pretty much an instant cast as soon as he gets into range, and they're both going to be in melee range anyway. So I'm very curious to see how Captain America wants to go about that. And as you did say, Nunu not taking a healer, MF would just burn through it with her reduction to healing. Could have went with a Leona just as easily, I think.
Yeah. I don't think that their team comp is really that strong. They're definitely betting on endgame for sure. And having that Galio and Warwick able to initiate a team fight before Purple Side Ordinance has the ability to, you know, get in position and re-engage. But Olaf versus Maokai, if Olaf gets anywhere at least a little bit fed, he's just going to be so strong. Of course, running that Ghost, he'll be able to kite down anyone with red buff and destroy them with his throwing axe. But yeah, I would say this should be a pretty interesting matchup. I'm really interested to see how these teams control that first dragon. We do have Ordinance on purple side, so they're going to have the ability to run to dragon early off without that much concern, is only having the two sides warded off to protect them in case, you know, the enemy team does come. But we're going to see some lanes get pushed, and then they're going to move in and probably take that dragon really, really quickly. They do have a really strong team. But yeah, this should be a pretty interesting matchup here.
It's about to get rolling here. Qualifier number 2, game number 1 of the finals. Free Jacob and Ordinance Gaming? Freedom Jacob? Free Jacob? It's one of the two.
Free Jacob.
Okay, I was right. Good. Free Jacob. Yeah, we're going to see what these guys can bring to the table, and we're about to get this rolling. Quick word from our sponsor, and we're going to be heading on into this game, kids.
Both Recon 3D Fatal1ty sound cards are powered by the Soundcore 3D chipset. This has quad-core audio processing power. It's really enhanced to give you amazing gaming audio experience and voice.
Alright, clicking all the relevant buttons. Welcome back. My League of Legends really hates me today. I can see 1/4 of the screen. So I will bring that up for you in just a moment here, guys. But that's why we got Phantom Lord, who's always on top of everything and knows how to click every button every time. He'll just make sure that we don't miss anything suspect here.
Yeah, the teams are still loading in, haven't finished just yet. We do see pretty much all of Ordinance Gaming running a skin. Yeah, there's lots of skins in this game.
It's the old Granny Werewolf. That's the only one I see. Warwick.
Yeah, you can't even buy that skin anymore, can you?
No.
I don't think you can.
Big Granny Warwick?
Yeah.
Maybe it'll come back as a limited time thing.
Yeah. But yeah, we're just waiting to get into the game right now. Waiting on the Warwick and Galio. I really don't know if this Galio is going to do well mid lane. Vladimir, if he gets his poke off and is able to dodge out Galio's skill shots, I don't see how Galio can recover, because he has a Warwick as his jungler, the Galio on his team, and Warwick needs to really strive. I'm sorry, Maokai Maokai needs to strive for these early ganks, and if he doesn't get these early ganks off, and Vladimir is able to run away and keep himself at a safe distance, then the Vladimir is going to have no problem with any pressure and is able to take the lane and dominate it for his team.
All right, I'm loading back in.
Okay, cool.
Come on, nope. Okay,
Remember that
third time the charm. Third time the charm. But
I'm having that issue right now. Oh man.
What are the teams doing here, dude?
Teams are running out into mid. Looks like Ordinance is just running straight down the mid lane to the ramp of blue side, while the free team on blue is just sitting at the brush before the invade to their blue. So Ordinance is going to run over to red now, and they're not going to have anyone there. Galio is still in the base, so now he's finally moving. Might have had some kind of issue, but he's back in the game.
I'm at the loading screen. Yay! I like that. That's much better than before. Look at that Captain America Fiora skin. Oh, and there we go. We are officially in, ladies and gentlemen. And my mouse actually constrains to my left side again. Oh. Excellent.
So what they did on Ordinance Gaming is they did a standard loop around. Oh, they're actually, teams are getting really close. Looks like they might walk into this bush, and they do! Ordinance getting initiated on, and Free takes first blood against MF. Fiora getting really low. Galio lands a skill shot. That is very surprising. Olaf stayed down at the red jungle and wasn't there at all, and they sort of just double lift into that bush.
Yeah, I didn't really want to bring up the name double lift, but we had this discussion yesterday where Kog'Maw just face checked a bush and instantly died. A very similar thing here. We kind of face check a bush. There's 5 of them. There's 4 of you. Everybody piles onto the squishy, and good game, well played. First blood now done. But look at what they've done in return. They knew everyone was up top. It does look like, you know, Warwick's helping out Maokai get his blue. Very important for that Maokai to get the blue. But we're going to take the red and the Wraiths here from Ordinance Gaming. So that's going to be putting him a little bit behind. Hopefully we had the MIA called up for mid, but Vlad's now back. And it does look like business is normal for the other 2 lanes. Did we get the golems in the bottom?
No, they did not, because Graves got first blood. So
okay, so that's why
he went back to base. Yep, and he bought a cloth armor and a few more pots, and that's going to help out their bottom lane a lot for Free. Yeah, Maokai's jungle just got invaded. So what Ordinance did is a pretty standard where they run through the red ramp. Just check all the bushes as if they would, trying to force a team fight, warding that bush right there as we see, so we can check the path of the enemy jungler and see where he's at, just in case, because Maokai, as we know, is a really strong early ganker, so they want to make sure they know where he's at all times.
I don't know exactly the timings, but I think Sam S here, this Maokai player, might have actually lost himself on another Wraith spawn. Because he cleared it after he cleared red. And yeah, we do have that ward there, so we know exactly where Maokai is. He's in this bottom area. You can see another ward here by the river opening for Ordinance Gaming. And that's going to, you know, give them a lot of excess notice if we are going to be having a gank. Now, we do have a big push down here. A little bit of exhaust, a little bit of going back and forth. Mid lane is, as he just said, you know, a little bit of that farm fest. But Warwick is a little low health on the top.
I've been watching that lane. Fiora looks like she's a hard counter, but we have Olaf coming here mid, missing his axe, and Galio should be fine here. Yeah. His axe. If he wouldn't have missed that, Galio would have definitely gone down. But yeah, top lane Fiora looks like she's a definite hard counter to Warwick, just taking so much punishment every time he goes up to last hit, and that's pretty interesting to see. And nice to see that this new champ, who wasn't really played that much top yellow, to actually be one of the hard counters against that annoying lane wick.
Well, Free Jacobs, the team that beat out Veritas Celeritas, one of the finalists from yesterday, and they were playing very strong in the qualifiers. So if they can take out them, I'm going to say, yes, they have the skill. Maokai coming up top, giving Captain America a little bit of a love tap, but it's not going to be enough. She's just so tanky at this point. 46 armor, 35 magic resist, and just decimating her lane. What's Warwick at? 11 creep kills. She's sitting at 23.
Maokai is going to have to stay top lane quite a bit to help out that Warwick. Of course, Warwick is really, really, really bad early game. We do have Olaf creeping into the bushes up here, trying to see if he can maybe get something. And I don't think he's going to be able to just yet, so we're going to most likely wait for Fiora to get back to get that added damage. The lane looks like it isn't pushing, so it's going to be staying there. And a lot of harass mid lane.
Yeah, Olaf just soaking up that experience. There he goes. He's going to jump out and say hello. Captain America here as well, but he is just going to flash on out. I've been keeping tabs on the other lanes. Nassau in the mid. That Galio losing pretty handily to Faxon, who just keeps infinitely spamming all that lifesteal and damage on top of him. He is going to have to head back. Maokai is here to babysit a little bit, but that Olaf has not left that lane yet.
Yeah, he really wants to dominate that Warwick because Warwick did. Yes, I don't think so.
He popped
Warwick
Ghost.
did blow. He bursted Flash a little bit earlier, so Warwick knows that, and he's going to be trying to, take that advantage and clean up Warwick.
Oh my goodness, bottom lane, we're missing a lot of health. That Ignite not going to be quite enough to take out our Graves, but we do have a tower here. One shot is not going to be quite enough there to take out the Misfortune, but despite getting that first blood, here comes an exhaust. We're going to go for it. Nunu throwing out the snowball. One more auto attack. Can he get it? Can he get it? Oh no, the Flash. He had enough regen, and the double up again to the face. Did not even need a Janna shield. Did not even need a Janna shield, but despite that first blood, Dexter is not exactly doing superb down here. 27 creep kills to 45 from Misfortune.
Yeah, MF knew she had Flash up and knew the cooldowns of Nunu, so she also knew that her support Janna had shield and a heal, so it was sort of a really strong bait. Nunu got extremely excited trying to get that kill. In the top lane we have Olaf coming in once again to get more harass and try and get this kill, and looks like Warwick will definitely fall with all that damage. Olaf running in, cleaning him up with no Flash. Easy kill.
No Flash, no Ghost, but he did land that axe, and I saw a Thunderbolt come out of nowhere as well, so when lightning strikes in the middle of the day, that's a terrible sign for your team. But yeah, Misfortune, she's looking pretty good. She just buys it straight out, that Wriggles Lantern, and now her sustain is going to be going through the roof, especially with that Janna there, throwing out those shields to negate, and then all that lifesteal to get it on back. And you can see, we actually, is this a fresh blue? It is indeed a fresh blue. Galio's not going to catch him. Come on, Galio. Oh, Nero shows himself anyways. We missed the Q.
Misses his skill shot.
He goes for the taunt, does not actually get off the taunt, but we do have that Ignite going off. Is this going to be enough? Do we have anyone coming? Nope, Nassau's going to take it by himself. No assist required. Faxon not exactly in position to help, but we did have Warwick coming down with an ultimate. No Flash. Might have gotten away. I don't know. If he had gone the other way and not shown himself, I don't think Galio would have even caught him.
Yeah, he should have stayed inside of that creep camp for the Wolves. Bottom lane getting really, really low. Oh, jeez. And even mid lane, we have Vladimir popping his ultimate, diving onto this Galio now, getting close to the tower, and there's Fiora to come and do some damage as well. She's jumping into Maokai. Maokai falling really low, but the tower is targeting. Oh, it switches to Vlad. Vlad falls! And Fiora gets out of there in the nick of time with a nice one-to-one exchange. Wow.
Under a tower, no less. Yeah, look at that bottom lane. You can see Misfortune and Janna pushing right through the tower to that second tower, and Graves just has no answer for this at this point. He just cannot seem to land anything. I mean, he's at 36 creep kills to 59. He's at the item disadvantage, believe it or not, with that Wriggles. We're going to get a dragon, it seems. I mean, yeah, we're going to throw down this pink. There's nothing there. We throw out our Clairvoyance. Fiora is heading back to town, but it is going to be 3-1. Nitro just cannot do anything about it, and there goes the smite. Nero's going to just coast on out of there. Easy peasy.
Yeah, there's that early dragon I spoke of. They're just going to close in when they know they have the advantage.
They're going for Janna. Oh, Misfortune gave...
I don't think... Gosh.
Misfortune gave up, and no, we have the Warwick throwing out the ultimate and the Ignite, but so much for coasting out of there. Picking off 2 revenge kills for that dragon. Well played by Free Jacob right there.
And they're going to grab both blues now, with their blue being taken and getting cleaned up back onto Galio. Now they're going to take their enemy blue from Ordinance and giving that to Maokai. Good ward coverage from Ordinance. They have all of those wards down for that dragon, but they just did not do it fast enough, and they unfortunately had 2 deaths as a result.
But that's what they needed. They needed to try to equalize that gold. They're still about 1,000 down at this point, but I mean that's got to give them a lot of relief instilled to them. I mean, yes, we can still kill them. We're starting to push the lanes a little bit, although Fiora's now back up top with her own wriggles, and it looks like Dexter actually going to get tossed out of lane yet again. Just getting zoned so very hard at this point. I mean, across the board, the creep scores are definitely going to Ordinance Gaming.
Yes, indeed. And looking at the creep scores specifically, Galio is doing a great job keeping up with Vladimir mid lane. We have Maokai coming in now, trying to get a gank. That ward did fall on that entrance to the ramp, so Vlad does not know, and he's actually going to walk into the bush. And there, Maokai engages.
A little too early, little too early. They're still getting some decent damage off. Here's the taunt. Maokai went the wrong way. The ignite going off. It won't exactly be enough to take down Fixin, but here is Olaf. Olaf throwing out the big deeps. He is currently CC immutable, and yeah, it doesn't care. We have no taunt here. We're trying to get away, but the gargoyle will go down, and now he's going to start beating on Maokai to boot. And look at this Vlad, so gutsy, coming back in, trying to get off a little bit of that health regen. He does have himself that Hextech, so he can't afford himself at one hit.
Oh, Fiora!
Coming in from behind. We got the entire team diving here for the Maokai. Is that a 4-man gank? That is a 4-man gank in the middle.
He just melted, had absolutely no chance. Great job by Captain America coming down from top, recognizing what's going on with his team. And it looks like they might actually go and do the same thing bottom lane now. There are the pings going down. Yep. We do have the creep wave pushed up, but no, it looks like Ordinance is going to back out and take that little advantage that they just gained for their team.
Yeah, Warwick's deciding, do I do it? Do I do it? I don't think he knows what to do at this point. Olaf's just going to be running around to their top jungle. They did steal out the Wraiths again from this Maokai, so that's just ever more.
Oh, mid lane Fiora getting dove onto, engaging onto the Warwick, and didn't expect Galio to meet up there. Galio doing quite a bit of damage. Of course, he's stacking that MR to have his passive transfer over and give him AP. So he has 100 ability power, and Fiora just dropped after that combo was placed on top of her.
So despite all of this, we're still, the gold cap is, or the gold difference still increasing. We're sitting about a little under 2,000 at this point. Still in favor of Ordinance Gaming, but we've now taken the kill lead here for Free Jacob. All I see on the chat screen is wriggles, wriggles, wriggles. It reminds me of that song, you know? Wriggle, wiggle, wriggle. But yeah, we got 3 wriggles on the board. 2 here for Ordinance, 1 for Free Jacob. And I saw Will of the Ancients picked up. Is that Vlad? Yes, Vlad. Now sitting, another wriggles coming out. Olaf, are we going to be seeing like a quick Baron? I'm just going to watch Nitro drop here. Yeah, Nitro drops.
That could possibly be, yep. And Nunu taking a lot of damage on top of that tower.
He tried his ult. He tried.
Couldn't get through it. This Vladimir now hitting level 10 with the Will of the Ancients is going to be starting roaming. Yes, here we see him actually going to help out. Vladimir past 9 is very, very strong. Of course, Warwick at the same. And doesn't look like he might actually do something here. Yes, he's going to dive and decides to back out.
Well, he has the blue, he has the red, he has a lot of spell vamp at this point, and you know this poor Maokai is like, I have nothing to kill except these golems, so that's what he's gonna do. He is level 7 compared to our level 8 Nero, who's about to pick up red, just turning 9. That is a heck of a difference to have 13 minutes in. And you know, overall, it does look like experience gains are a little more in favor here of Team Red, Team Ordinance Gaming.
Oh, yes, we have 4 wards going on that bush as Maokai gets caught now. We have an exhaust on him. Vladimir going on, throwing down his ult while MF is just dealing out so much damage. And Janna going through to get the slow. MF coming in, and Vladimir gets the triple kill to clean up. Look at that brush.
I know, right?
Troll.
4 wards. One of them's pink to boot. Yeah, I was going to say, I saw Olaf top lane. He has the red. Fiora is really trying to chase down Pandars, and Pandars, I don't know, definitely looks like he's going to be dropping. That was a Fiora ultimate if I ever saw one, and I've never seen one. But yeah, that was 4 kills right there. 4 kills right there. Bottom turret dropping. This MF lane so strong. She has herself a Zeal, and like Janna is just like, I'm just doing my job, whatever. And yeah, across the board, look at that. Instantly, 6k gold link gain.
Yeah, we have a lot of map control coming out by Ordinance, and this MF and Janna now getting just free exchange damage. Oh, Nunu getting the exhaust onto MF. MF's taking a lot of damage. Decides to turn around and ult and flashes away as Graves pops his ult. MF does indeed fall down, but Janna picks up the kill on Nunu as we have Graves follow Janna, but Janna should definitely get away.
Yeah, Faxon going down to the 2-man in mid. The Maokai Galio able to outdo a Will the Ancients Vlad. But here comes Fiora. She does not have that ultimate, but I'm not too sure Galio is in that good a position at this point. It does look like she is going to be going for it, but it's only a few love taps. Here comes that Olaf. I don't know if we knew about this Olaf, because Maokai definitely was not prepared, but he's going to try for the Arcane. I hope. Now, he already used the Arcane. It doesn't matter. Lightning Bolt coming out of nowhere to kill him. Graves like, no, I don't want to be here anymore. And now he's going to have to run. We do got Gallo coming in, but it's going to be a double, or a Summoner heal is going to be proving me wrong. We still have Olaf going in. He's going to pick it up. No problem. He's going to tank right now for this Gallo, but here comes the Fiora, and that's another triple kill for Team Ordinance. That is power of the Vikings, my friends.
Yeah, I don't think they were aware of Olaf's passive. You know, he's gaining that 1% attack speed for each 1% of health he's missing, and he was just able to auto-attack, and destroy that Graves.
He has a
and
Wriggles
Galio as Fiora came to help out.
I mean, this is going to be their second Dragon. We're 16.5 minutes in. It's 14-8, 7,000 gold. Just watch with me, 8,000 gold difference. I mean, it's not looking so good for Free Jacob at this point.
No, they don't really stand a chance as far as team fighting. A lot of these combinations between ult, Vladimir and Fiora just throws their ult down on a target that has that Hemophage from Vlad, and she's just going to tear through one target. Of course, Olaf the same. So they need to try and split push here and maybe sneak a few objectives, try and take a tower, or try and get a gank onto bottom, because bottom, look, is so aggressive now. Graves taking so much damage and falls down to that MF ult. MF throwing exhaust to slow on John. It's just going to heal, but oh, here we see Galio and Maokai wanting some revenge. Of course, MF's passive is going to kick in, and there she is running through as Jonah gets that nice tornado.
If we can get this Oracles, that would be a good little mini objective. But no, it does look like, oh, here goes the taunt. We're going to be throwing down onto MF. So that Strut didn't actually not work out anything into her favor. But Janna did win, or did she lived? She didn't win. She definitely did not win.
She won by living.
She won. Okay, fair enough, I guess. I just saw a ping going down onto this dragon. Not this dragon, this Drake. Oh my goodness, this Baron. Just slap me now. I see a Tiamat's on Olaf. Can you say what I'm going to say?
WTF?
Yeah. I'm saying more troll at this point, but Tiamat on Olaf, and again, remember, we have a lot of wriggles in this game, right?
Mm-hmm. 3 wriggles on Ordinance Gaming. They're going to be just tearing through that Baron, and I think that's what they're going for.
20-minute
Baron.
They
want to get that early Baron, but...
Hi, Galio. Yeah, what are you doing here? Oh, nothing. We're just going to kill you. That's cool. Yeah, Nitro and Sam S. Sam S. about to drop that Maokai. Oh, that tornado, too. Good. Here comes the Olaf. But no, it is going to be AP Janna picking that one up. Nunu is going to be dropping as well. We did have the flash out, so he's not going to go down. But Warwick is here. 4-on-1. It's not going to be pretty. And the only person alive is the one that was not in the fight. And that is going to be this Graves. That, for sure, is going to be the end of an era as we take down our first Baron before the 20-minute mark. I'm sensing a 20-minute surrender.
I am too. Yeah, that Fiora made a great play there, even though Warwick and Galio synchronized their ults to try and take her down. Captain America was able to flash out at the last second before Nunu's ult went down, and
good play there.
Nunu actually, didn't get all. Would have killed Fiora because Warwick tried to carry through afterwards and just couldn't get enough damage in. So that Baron being taken, they're just going to get so much gold now. Looking at 35 to 22,000. So much lead as far as gold.
I saw Rabadons. I see
Graves now getting some poke, but able to get away,
Oh
no
my
problem.
goodness. This Olaf.
Yeah, Olaf is just going to destroy anyone now.
And
he's basically a walking Mundo.
He's also AoE now. He has 50% area of effect damage around him. Yeah, man. Look at that. Just clears that wave. No problem. Yomu's Ghostblade here for Fiora. We have a Rabadon's on Vlad. I just want to point out something. 13, 14, 12, 11. Our blue team, we have 2 level 8s. Okay, actually no, Maokai's level 9, but that's the point is we're really hurting here for everything. Pandar's going for the kill on top of Vlad, who just uses that pool. Misfortune able to clean up a lot right there, and you can see majority of the blue team just having to run away. They don't have these hit points, neither does that tower, as it's about to drop 4 towers to 0, 20 to 9. We got a flash going in as it is a surrender vote, 4 to 1. And that's going to be game number 1 here, finals number 2 of the Fatal1ty League of Legends tournament.
Yeah, that was an excellent game there, but we did have Ordinance really taking that early advantage by taking the red from Maokai, hindering him so he couldn't put any aggression on the enemy team at all. And they had those bushes warded, they could see where he was, and they acted accordingly. Olaf just went top, kept sticking on that Warwick, knew that Warwick was really weak pre-6, and eventually, after burning his flash, and burning Ghosts themselves, finally got the kill onto him when that let Fiora to then snowball out of control after they took 2 dragons for free practically, although they did lose some deaths in it. So really well, good job by that team. They played really well. And let's see if maybe Free JPickup can try and come back in this game too.
Yeah, we're going to get game 2 rolling here for you folks. I'm just going to eventually get to the right screen. There we go. Yeah, that looks nice and pretty. Yeah, it is going to be a best of 3, so game number 2 is going to be coming your way. We're going to hopefully see something a bit closer, but, you know, we're 1 game away. If Ordinance Gaming can take the next round, they will be crowned the winners and have themselves that free invite to the grand finals coming up this Saturday, Sunday to face off against 4 of the pro teams in the North American realm. So, stay tuned, guys. We will get game number 2 just a few moments. For now, we're just going to go to our sponsors because none of this would happen without them. And we will see you guys in just a minute.